This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us. Another bitterly cold day, but it won't be nearly as cold for the rest of the week.
Boy, that's good news. Let's get a first look at your first warned forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Kennelty is on the weather patio. Gary?
Well, Susan, tonight will be a tale of two different weather regimes. South and east of Madison, temperatures won't be as cold because of cloud cover and some snow, which is already starting to push towards southeastern Wisconsin. There are bands of heavy lake effect snow that have already been hitting eastern portions of Racine and Kenosha counties and are pummeling the Chicago area with heavy snow. But areas north and west of Madison will probably miss out on most of the snow and see temperatures significantly colder than the rest of us. So you can see already some flurries moving into southeastern Wisconsin, but some heavier lake effect snow bands right along the Lake Michigan shoreline. Last night we were down to 12 below zero in Madison. Temperatures were in the 20s and even 30s below zero just to our north and west. And our high temperatures so far today just barely made it above zero here in Madison, and temperatures right now right at zero. And these readings will stay nearly steady through the evening hours, but then drop off a little bit overnight. Wind chills, though, you factor in the winds, and it feels about 20 degrees colder. Wind chill right now in Madison, 18 degrees below zero. Wind chill advisories are in effect west of Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells Line until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning for wind chills as cold as 25 below zero. Look for some light snow or flurries, mainly from Madison to the south and east overnight. Temperature in Madison will drop to about 2 below zero by early on Tuesday morning, although areas farther to the north and west could be as cold as about 10 below zero. Tomorrow, look for skies to turn partly sunny. Our high temperature back up at 13 degrees. It'll feel like a heat wave, but that's still almost 20 degrees below average. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that also includes some chances for snow as well.
We'll take any improvement we can get and stay up to date on the bitterly cold temperatures on our first warned forecast weather app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather.
Well, many older adults are turning to their kids, their grandkids, even their local librarian for help to sign up for a COVID-19 vaccination appointment.
Gabriella Becerra walks us through the sign-up process. Gabby?
Well, Susan and Eric, after doing some research today, it's understandable why some adults are having some trouble making their own vaccination appointment. The information isn't just in one space. It can be found over multiple websites. So I tried my best to condense it into one location for you. So you're eligible to get a COVID-19 vaccine, but not sure where to start. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services lists 3 ways to get a shot: your primary care physician, your local pharmacy, or your local public health department. But regardless of the route you choose, most of the sign-up process will be completed online. If you're a patient of a local healthcare system like UW Health or SSM, the process is pretty similar. You'll receive an invitation to schedule a vaccination appointment through your MyChart account. That's going to be found here in the Messages tab. Then you'll follow the remaining steps to schedule your first dose. A MyChart account isn't necessary to make an appointment. If you don't have one, UW or SSM can call or text you, but having one does speed up the process. To sign up, go online, fill out your information, and then call the number on your screen to get an activation code. If you have a primary care physician outside of these health systems and haven't been contacted to schedule an appointment yet, reach out and find out their process. More than 175 Walgreens locations in Wisconsin are also scheduling vaccination appointments now. But due to supply, it might be tricky to get one. Check appointment availability by going to the website and typing in your zip code. So you don't have a primary care provider? No worries. Your local public health department might be able to connect you to one. Fill out this form on Public Health Madison and Dane County's website. Then you'll be matched with a vaccinator. If you're 65 and older and need a ride to get your vaccine, you can call Newbridge for a free ride. We'll have their number and more details about the sign-up process for vaccine appointments on our website, channel3000.com.
That is great information. Gabriella Becerra reporting live. Gabby, thank you. COVID cases are decreasing in Wisconsin while vaccinations are going up. 405 new cases were reported in the past day. DHS officials say more than 976,000 1,000 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine have been administered, just over 2,000 of those in the past day. In Wisconsin, over 240,000 people, or 4.1% of Wisconsinites, have received both doses of the COVID vaccine. And in Dane County, nearly 35,000, or 6.4% of the population, has received both doses.
Biotechnology company Novavax says it is testing a new version of its COVID-19 vaccine. Scientists are specifically targeting the coronavirus variant first identified in South Africa. Once lab testing is complete, the new vaccine could move to clinical trials, but research still in the early phases here. Meanwhile, Novavax says the U.S. trial for its original vaccine has reached full enrollment. In January, the company announced early results from a phase 3 trial in the UK showed an efficacy of 89%. Novavax says if everything stays on track in the U.S., the vaccine could have emergency use authorization by summer.
On Friday, the CDC released a roadmap for schools to get students back into the classroom. Although many teachers wanted to say they should be vaccinated before going back in person, the guidelines did not say that, but it does give us a better idea of where Dane County stands in the CDC's measurement of community transmission of COVID. There are 4 levels from low to high transmission: blue, yellow, orange, and red. There are 2 criteria. Dane County's new cases over the last week put us in the red, where elementary students should stay in a hybrid mode and middle and high school students do virtual only. But the percentage of positive tests puts us in blue, where K-12 could open for full in-person instruction. The director of Public Health Madison Dane County says we should follow guidelines for the criteria with the greatest risk.
In a community that's considered high transmission in that high red zone, and then follow that guidance according to that, and then work our way backward. And, we're going to continue to hope that the trends that we have been seeing, we will continue to see.
The CDC listed other essential mitigation strategies that schools should follow, including universal use of masks, physical distancing, hand washing, cleaning, and contact tracing. All things that Dane County schools have been doing for months. Most schools in Dane County are currently in or plan to be in a hybrid model, with some students being in person by next month.
The federal government is struggling to get enough vaccines into Americans' arms as experts warn of a surge in cases from the COVID variants. Epidemiologist Michael Osterholm says that these next 14 weeks will be the worst of the pandemic, saying there will be a surge in cases. Plus, that surge could set back the federal government's push to reopen our schools.
We will get some open beyond what we have now, but then it's going to likely be a real challenge for them in the next 6 to 8 weeks as these surge numbers begin to increase.
And starting today, healthcare.gov is open for a special enrollment period to help those who have lost their health insurance during the pandemic.
A man is in custody tonight as Wisconsin Dells police are investigating the death of a woman. Officers were called to check on 2 people staying at 1015 River Road yesterday morning. Police made contact with a man, and when asked about the woman, the man said she was dead and he was taken into custody. Wisconsin Dells police say they believe this incident is isolated and there is no threat to the public. The investigation continues.
Business owners will be watching what happens with at least one bill in the legislature tomorrow. It is set to exempt state income taxes on some expenses for businesses.
Our Naomi Coles joins us at the Capitol to explain. Naomi?
Yeah, that is set for debate in the Assembly tomorrow. Republicans are trying to cut state income taxes for business owners who received paycheck protection loans during the pandemic. It does come with a $540 million price tag for the state, which Democrats want to scale down. Minority Leader Gordon Hint says Democrats plan to introduce an amendment capping the tax breaks to businesses receiving just $250,000 loans or less. That's about 90% of the businesses in the state that got loans.
This proposal never had a public hearing, so they refused to have anybody testify, and they're trying to ram through a $450 to $500 million deal without having any testimony, anybody testify. It never had a public hearing.
Republican leadership did not respond to requests for an interview today. There are a lot of other bills up for discussion on the Senate and Assembly floor tomorrow, and the governor is set to unveil his budget proposals tomorrow night. Now, all this does come while other attempts at COVID-19 relief legislation are sitting right now in committee. That's after a failed attempt at a compromise bill earlier this year.
Naomi Coles live at the Capitol. Naomi, thank you. Wisconsin restaurants have upped their to-go game over the past year in hopes that they'll be able to continue making a profit. But because alcohol purchases typically make up 30% of sales for restaurants with a liquor license, it's been tough scraping by. Assembly Bill 32 might help, and it could be heard on the Assembly floor this week. The bill would allow Wisconsin restaurants and bars to sell cocktails to go, as long as the drinks have a clear tamper evidence seal across the top. More than 30 other states already have laws like this in place. For local restaurant owners, it could provide a much-needed stream of revenue.
When this shutdown happened, since March, I have still enough alcohol inventory in here to do the normal $140,000 a month in sales that we were doing pre-COVID. And now we're doing, if we're lucky, a month, maybe $50,000.
And Dave Heide has been working with the Wisconsin Restaurant Association to get this bill passed. The WRA's president says a law like this is long overdue, but the moment it's passed, her organization is ready to help state restaurants follow it and start selling their drinks to go.
There's more to come on News 3 Now at 5. Up next, although U.S. senators voted to acquit President Trump, another investigation is underway. We will explain. And coming up tonight at 6, Tony Robinson's grandmother trying to reopen her grandson's case. Other details next hour on News 3 Now at 6.
The President's Sale at Slumberland.
Come on.
Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around, and right now everything is an additional 25% off.
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge President's Sale at Slumberland.
President's Day means more savings at the Brothers Maine President's Day Super Sale. Get in right now for the sale of the season with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We've got a lot more satisfaction for you at Maine, like up to 18-month 0% financing and free delivery to make life a little easier. Hey, there's more home satisfaction at the Moore store. The President's Day Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction today at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Well, they're iced up in the winter, they're foggy in the summer. Chips, cracks, and sags can be quite a bummer. If you're not sure, then look for these clues, 'cause you may suffer from the vinyl window blues.
I'm Scott, the window guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our windows don't ice up, fog, chip, crack, or sag because we use a solid core composite frame that's 400% stronger than vinyl. Get free installation on any door or window purchase at scottthewindowguy.com.
You thought you were the only ones who'd go someplace just because you liked the name of the town. The only ones who didn't just want to see the world, but needed to explore every corner of it. You thought you were the only ones until you discovered others just like you. Jeep Cherokee, there's only one.
Right now, get 0% financing for 84 months or $4,750 total cash allowance on select 2021 Jeep Cherokee models. Hurry to the Jeep President's Day event today.
My wife had a tough week at work and she needed a break. I stopped by Quick Trip and they say, I want to surprise my wife with a special dinner. And the Quick Trip lady was like, our take-home meals are freshly made and absolutely delicious. I recommend the fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. And I'm like, sign me up. Upon arriving home, my wife says, wow, what's the occasion? And I'm like, just you. And she's like, looks like someone's getting dessert. Bless you, Quick Trip.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
He's thinking new mattress? She's thinking, well, a lot of things. It's okay. Get an extra 25% off our already low Slumberland price. The Sealy Posturepedic mattress on closeout for only $529. Our biggest sale of the year at Slumberland Furniture.
Hey folks, a new vaccination site opens up Tuesday morning. We'll tell you where.
And who's hungry for poochkies? We'll be in the kitchen whipping some up for Fat Tuesday. We'll see you starting at 4:30 on News 3 Now this morning.
Every day, News 3 Now investigates, taking action to discover and report the facts to make sure your voice is heard. That's why News 3 Now investigates. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says Congress will establish an independent 9/11-style commission to look into the deadly insurrection that took place at the Capitol. Pelosi says the commission will, quote, investigate and report on the facts and causes relating to the January 6th domestic terrorist attack upon the U.S. Capitol complex and relating to the interference with the peaceful transfer of power. The Speaker says in a letter to Democratic colleagues that the House will also put forth supplemental spending to boost security at the Capitol, and bipartisan support appears to be growing for an independent commission.
There's still more evidence that the American people need and deserve to hear, and a 9/11 commission is a way to make sure that we secure the Capitol going forward and that we lay bare the record of just how responsible and how abjectly violating of his constitutional oath President Trump really was.
Nancy Pelosi know on January the 5th that there was a threat to the Capitol. What did President Trump do after the attack? And I want to make sure that the Capitol footprint can be better defended next time.
Lawmakers have already tasked retired Lieutenant General Russell Honore to conduct a security review of the U.S. Capitol.
Fire officials are reminding all of us to shovel around fire hydrants near your home. On Saturday, Fitchburg firefighters responded to a fire in the 5,000 block of Meadowwood Drive. Firefighters had a difficult time fighting the fire because the hydrant had not been cleared of snow. They're asking residents to clear 3 feet in every direction around a fire hydrant.
A fire can grow in intensity every 30 seconds to a minute. And if that's the case, the environment inside the home or the business becomes less survivable with every passing second. So it is important for us to have that water source as soon as we possibly can and quickly after our arrival.
And Fitchburg firefighters remind residents that if you're not physically able to clear the fire hydrant around your home, call your local fire department and let them know.
Nasty winter weather is affecting more than 2/3 of Americans as a winter storm followed by bitter cold makes its way across the country. The Dallas area under a winter storm warning as the storm dumps snow and ice as far south as the Gulf of Mexico. Farther to the east, there's a threat of tornadoes. Down in Florida, the same storm left Seattle with the most snow it's seen in almost 40 years. Air travel also difficult. By midday, airlines had canceled or delayed nearly 5,000 flights across the U.S. and Chicago, expecting up to a foot of snow.
Just hunker down and do what we need to do and be safe, and then whatever happens, Mother Nature will do her thing.
Forecasters say the Midwest northeastward into New England could see a half a foot of snow and significant ice accumulation from Tuesday into Wednesday.
Let's get a look at our weather now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Kennelty has the forecast. Any relief in sight, Gary?
Eventually, it'll be a slow process, but we're going to start to see it even over the next couple of days. Over the last 48 hours, look at where our temperature's been, between 0 and 10 below 0. We barely got above 0 today for the first time in almost 2 days. And look at where the wind chills have been, generally between about 20 and 30 degrees below 0. At times, some areas have been close to 40 degrees below 0. But over the next 48 hours, notice where our temperatures go. They start getting above 0. They drop a little bit below 0 for tomorrow night, but generally, we will be above 0. Wind chills, again, below 0, but as the winds lighten up, especially for tomorrow night, even though the temperatures will be cold, there won't be much of a wind chill. And even after that, as temperatures start to warm up on Wednesday, the wind chills won't be as cold. Last night, down to 12 below 0 in Madison, but take a look at some of these other temperatures, between about 20 and 35 degrees below 0 last night. Black River Falls, just to our north and west in west central Wisconsin, got down to 35 below 0. Temperatures right now, single digits above and below 0 across the state. Most of Minnesota and Iowa still below 0, and wind chills right now running from about 20 to 25 degrees below 0. The bitterest of the wind chills will stay over the western parts of our viewing area for tonight, because this area will probably miss out on the snow and may even see some breaks in the clouds. So wind chill advisories in effect west of Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line through 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Wind chill warnings remain in effect for much of Iowa, back into South Dakota and Nebraska, but no advisories, at least for the wind chills over eastern Wisconsin. That doesn't mean they're not going to be very cold. cold, but probably staying 20 below zero or maybe a little bit above that. As we take a look at alert days, we have one more alert day in the forecast for tonight into tomorrow for the bitter cold tonight with wind chills again north and east of Madison, or north and west of Madison, as cold as 25 below zero. South and east of Madison, we could see some light snow, perhaps an inch or two down into southern portions of Rock County. And of course, that will make the roads very slippery. You can see the snow moving into northern Illinois, but look at these bands of lake effect snow. They don't look too impressive on radar, but the snow is falling at the rate of 1 to 2 inches an hour where they are occurring right along the Lake Michigan shoreline. Notice O'Hare Airport in Chicago right now, quarter-mile visibility and heavy snow, half-mile visibility in Moline, Illinois, whereas most of southern Wisconsin right now not seeing the snow. Even Milwaukee has a visibility of 10 miles, but they have a winter weather advisory because they'll see some lake effect snow there. You can see winter weather advisories north of Milwaukee, winter storm warnings now for Racine and Kenosha counties, down into Chicago where over a foot of snow is possible, and winter weather advisories farther to the south and east. We'll widen out the view, and you can see a large area of winter storm warnings and ice storm warnings over parts of eastern Kentucky into southern portions of Ohio. This is a major storm system, which right now is pummeling much of the eastern part of the country, and then there's the severe weather threat down into the southeast where the tornado watch in effect for parts of southern Georgia and northern Florida. So wind chill advisories in effect till 10 a.m. tomorrow morning west of a Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line. For tonight, look for a low temperature of 2 below zero. Again, there'll be some light snow southeast of Madison for the most part. For tomorrow, look for any snow to end early. Then we'll see a high of 13 degrees. It'll feel like a heat wave with partly sunny skies. On future track, notice the snow, mainly Madison on toward the south and east, ending late tonight or tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, we'll see some breaks in the clouds with highs in the teens. We'll clear out for tomorrow night with low temperatures dropping to below zero, and then high temperatures back into the mid-teens for Wednesday. Snowfall amounts where they occur maybe an inch or two down toward the Illinois state line, north and west of Madison, almost no snow at all. 7 to 10 day forecast. Again, the temperatures slowly come out of the deep freeze. We could see some snow on Thursday, mainly southeast of Madison, some accumulating snow Sunday afternoon into Sunday night, and then some mixed precipitation as we head toward the middle part of next week, because temperatures by then will be up around the freezing mark. As we take a look at first warn traffic, right now not seeing any issues on the belt line. Traffic moving pretty steadily along the belt line, as well as I-39, 90, 94. East Washington Avenue, a few slowdowns, mainly around the intersection with Stoughton Road. Right now, travel to the south and east of Madison on I-39, 90, no problems there, and to the north and west, even up into the Dells, I-90, 94, I-39 into central Wisconsin, moving pretty much at the posted speed limits. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5. How a local woman is helping fight food insecurities in Madison. That story ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The iconic Chula Vista Resort, Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. 80,000 square feet of indoor water park fun. Loads of other fun kids love. Hundreds of completely renovated rooms. Take a break at the iconic Chula Vista Resort.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this Valentine's Day, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. So this Valentine's Day, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Winning Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 times in a row, that had never been done before. Then again, neither had a 12-inch touchscreen or 1,000 pound-feet of torque, or being the only pickup on Car and Driver's 10 best list. Never been done before. It's just kind of our thing.
During the Ram President's Day event, get 0% financing for 72 months, plus $3,750 total bonus cash on the 2021 Ram 1500.
The iconic Chula Vista Resort, Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. 80,000 square feet of indoor water park fun. Loads of other fun kids love. Hundreds of completely renovated rooms. Take a break at the iconic Chula Vista Resort.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The spring primary election is happening tomorrow. Polls will open tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. There are many local races on the ballot, but there is only one statewide race. That is for state superintendent of schools. Local officials say voter turnout is higher than previous spring primaries.
For this February primary, we have about 26,000 absentee ballots have been requested. Almost 12,000 of those have been returned, so that's about 6% turnout of the registered voters in City of Madison so far. That's still a pretty low turnout compared to November, but just the number of absentee ballots that we've gotten back and the requests that we got, much higher than any February primary that we've seen recently.
Election officials are reminding Madison voters to check where your polling place is, and you can do that at cityofmadison.com/where-do-I-vote. If you have an absentee ballot, you can still return that to your polling place tomorrow. President Joe Biden is visiting Wisconsin tomorrow. The president will participate in a CNN town hall in Milwaukee as he answers questions from Americans as the nation struggles to contain the pandemic. CNN Presidential Town Hall with Joe Biden will air on CNN tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Anderson Cooper will moderate. It will be President Biden's first official trip since being sworn in as president.
A Madison College student is creating a website to help fight food insecurity. Heather Kurth was a chef at Epic for 12 years. She's now majoring in web development at MATC. She wanted to combine her love of feeding people with her major. So she's developing a site that will combine all local food resources into one spot so that finding food resources near you is something people in need don't have to stress over.
A lot of people are in trouble right now, and food is the last thing they need to be worried about. And with so many awesome people stepping up and providing resources, it kind of inspired me to want to connect all of those together.
Oh, if you know of free little food pantries in your neighborhood, please email her the location so she can include as many resources as possible on her website. We have her email on our website, channel3000.com. And stay with us for a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
Menards has everything you need for your painting project. We have the best brands, best quality, and best prices, period. On paints from Dutch Boy in Pittsburgh. Choose your paint colors with confidence. We offer free custom color matching and tinting to create over 2,000 color options. Dutch Boy DuraClean Interior Flat Paint is $19.99 a gallon. And Pittsburgh Grand Distinction Interior Flat Paint is $24.98 a gallon. During Menards, race the savings sale.
Save big money at Menards.
My body is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my A1C because my body can still make its own insulin.
And Trulicity activates my body to release it,
lowering my blood sugar from the first dose. Once weekly Trulicity responds when my body needs it 24/7.
Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin.
It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include indigestion, fatigue, belly pain, decreased appetite, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
Are you sick of the areas of your home being cold in the winter or hot in the summer? Your house is a complete system of components that need to work together, similar to the human body. Just like us, your home needs to breathe too. If we're letting our home breathe fresh air, we'll be healthier and regulate our temperature better. Wouldn't it be great if we could show you all the areas needing improvement in just minutes without tearing the house apart? That is what our thermal imaging does for you. It will show the temperature differences and areas of air exchange. Then you'll know what areas need to be improved. Just like going to the doctor, except these doctors do house calls. This will also help in preventing the entrance of harmful pollutants inside your house. You can now easily bring down the energy bills and have a durable and safe home environment with Fry Construction. Visit fryconstruction.com to schedule your free professional house call with a thermal imaging and insulation specialist.
McGann Furniture in Baraboo reminds you to be sure to ask about delivery options when shopping for new furniture. Because every store is different. Some stores have very specific restrictions, while others charge you an arm and a leg. At McGann's, we take pride in our skilled delivery team, and in most cases, delivery is free. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in today and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, the winter weather nightmare as Texas sees its coldest temperatures in decades and millions in the state lose power. What the rest of the country can expect for later this week. Plus, with more than 14 million Americans fully vaccinated against COVID-19, one expert's warning that the worst of the pandemic could still be yet to come. And how the residents of the Big Easy are keeping Mardi Gras alive in the age of social distancing. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Kennelty. Final check of the forecast.
Well, snow is falling just to our south across northern Illinois. A few flurries are already making it perhaps as far north as Janesville, but we'll see most of the snow accumulations over southeastern Wisconsin. For the rest of us, it's the bitter cold. We're at 0 right now. We're seeing wind chills close to 20 below 0, and wind chill advisories are in effect for our western viewing area until 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Well, we're back in 30 minutes for News Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.